Hello and welcome to Screwfix Live. This is our penultimate day of broadcasting. We've packed out our half-hour shows with Q&As with our EFL guests all week, and we've had a lot of fun with their Screwfix challenges along the way. They've involved ping pong balls and a Screwfix catalogue. As usual, we have our product of the year giveaways. We have some great giveaways. We have a lot to give you if you want to join our competition. So make sure you stay tuned for all that for the next half hour. It is a boatload of fun. We are also giving you the chance to win our Wagner airless paint sprayer. Wonderful prize. All you have to do is enter your details in the form below on screwfix.com to be in with a chance to win. Now, all day you've been sending us your questions for today's guest, who is the former Lincoln City and Huddersfield Town manager, Danny Cowley. You can use the hashtag SFLiveDanny to get in touch with him. And we'll be chatting to him very, very shortly and giving him some Screwfix challenges to take part in as well. He'll be trying to displace Dean Windus and Paul Dickoff at the top of the leaderboard. Now, we've also been travelling around the country all week to our Screwfix stores, challenging electricians and plumbers in our penalty shootout competition called Back of the Net. They've been showing us their skills from the spot, and every day this week we have a winner, either plumbers or electricians, and you have been telling us via the hashtag SF Electricians on SF Live Plumbers as to whether you think they'll be winning on any given day. It was 2-0 to the Sparkies, but the Plumbers pulled it back yesterday. They'll be trying to level it today to take it to the decider on Friday. So if you want to join in, then you have to message us using the hashtag SF Live Plumbers if you think they will be winning today, or hashtag SF Live Electricians if you think they will be winning. Then we'll be selecting 5 winners at random to win today's top product of the year. So don't miss out on that. Right, let's bring in today's special EFL football guest. He is the man who came to prominence, taking Lincoln City from non-league football to League One, and he went on to become the Huddersfield Town manager. It is, of course, Danny Cowley. Hi, Danny.
Good afternoon, Jackie. How are you?
Very well, thank you very much. Are you ready for the challenges today, by the way?
Well, I believe so. Yeah, we've been practicing at home, so hope so. Yeah. DIY.
With your ping pong ball.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, we're a very competitive family. I can't say I'm a DIY specialist. Luckily, my wife is, so she does a lot of the DIY in this house, and I kind of make the tea.
So if there's a shelf to go up, it would be your wife Kate who does it rather than you. Is that right?
This is it. Yeah, I'm ashamed to say my parents were brilliant in giving us lots of opportunity to play football, and my dad took us over the park on a regular basis, but he didn't spend too much time with Nikki and I teaching us DIY. So fortunately, I married a girl who's very, very good, and it's certainly her toolbox in this house.
Yeah, that's been quite a familiar theme this week, is that the blokes have not been so great at the DIY and the women have. So excellent. That's what we like to hear. Well, the first question is about DIY, unfortunately. So I don't know if your wife Kate is to hand. She might be better off answering this. It's from what sounds like a Huddersfield Town supporter to me at HTAFC Dreams. What's the best way to paint a ceiling in the kitchen without getting paint on the kitchen fittings? Any idea whatsoever?
Well, I have actually tried in the past to paint a ceiling when I first moved into my to my flat with my wife, and it wasn't it. Yeah, we found it pretty difficult. I think I got more paint on the carpet than I did on the ceiling. So she quickly decided that type of job wasn't for me, and she took over the reins. So no, I probably haven't got the right answer, unfortunately.
No worries. How about I ask you some football questions? Will you be a little bit more comfortable with those?
I hope so.
Okay. At Vincent Penn. Right. Who were the best fans that you've encountered? Was it Huddersfield fans, Imps fans, i.e. Lincoln, Concord fans, or Braintree fans? Honest answer, please.
Well, when we first started out in the first game I ever managed, which would be 14 seasons ago now, I would have managed Concord Rangers v Sawbridgeworth, and there would have been 68 people there, I believe. We won 6-1 on the day, so those 68 people hopefully had good fun, and certainly the crowds grew in the 8 years that we were at Concord. When we arrived at Lincoln, we went from really sort of crowds of maybe 2,500 to 10,000. We obviously had the FA Cup run in the first year and the promotion to the Football League, and the supporters were just brilliant with us, fantastic. And then when we arrived at Huddersfield, we arrived obviously with a club that had only won one game in the last 38, and the incredible support the Huddersfield Town supporters gave the team during that period just amazed me. The loyalty that they showed the players and the club, particularly bearing in mind the adversity that they'd been through, was phenomenal. So I think it's a difficult question to answer. Certainly, supporters not being in the stadiums at the moment has taken something away from football. There's no doubt. Football for me is about the emotion, and the emotion comes from the supporters. So football's definitely a worse place without the supporters. And I think we'd be thankful for all the support that we've had through the journey, and certainly Nicky and I wouldn't be in the position that we're in without the incredible support that we've had along the way.
Yeah, I'm surprised we've only got you on today. You only ever hear about the Cowley brothers, don't we? Does that bother you at all that it's always the Cowley brothers rather than just Danny Cowley, or do you see him much more as an equal rather than assistant when you are manager?
No, very much an equal. He's actually just next door, so we live very close. We live in one another's pockets. But no, it's a relationship that works for us. It's a little bit unique, and probably not everybody understands it. But certainly we're equals, and we wouldn't be in the position, or I certainly wouldn't have had the success that I've had without his invaluable contribution.
Do you ever fall out when it comes to football?
I don't think we always agree on everything, and I think one of the unique part of the relationship is the honesty that we can show. So if we don't agree, we don't agree, and sometimes in football, in the position that you're in as manager, people just tell you what you want to hear rather than telling you the truth. So the truth is invaluable, and your best friends always deal in the truth. So no, we obviously have that commodity of trust, which is a difficult commodity to find in life, let alone football. And no, as I say, it's like I said, we don't always agree, but if we can't, normally when we don't agree, it's because neither of us have quite got the answer, and then we talk it through and discuss it, and hopefully more often than not find the right answer.
And do you see yourselves always being a managerial partnership together? Because, for example, when you're out of work, could it be a case that Nicky might be tempted to go somewhere or maybe make it as a number one himself, or do you think you'll always stick together as a duo?
No, I think we'll always stick together. Certainly, that is the plan. We enjoy one another's company, and I think certainly without Nicky and his contribution, I would only be as half as good. So no, it's definitely a relationship that we see working moving forward.
Okay, a question from Kathy. Hi, Danny. One of your greatest triumphs has to be getting Lincoln City back into the league. During your time as Lincoln manager, who was the best non-league and league opposition you encountered?
Oh, good question. I think non-league opposition at the time would have been Tranmere Rovers. They took us really, really close. We had a brilliant cup run that year, getting to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and we had an awful lot of fixtures, played well over 60 fixtures that season, and yeah, we ended up with going into April with 90 points, and Tranmere were right there, where we couldn't shake them off, and it took right up until the last week of the season to eventually shake them off. And I think we ended up with 99 points, and they ended up with somewhere near 95, 96 points. So they were definitely the most competitive team that we played in our non-league season at Lincoln. In terms of the Football League, we had two great seasons with Lincoln in League Two and managing to get promotion in the second season. Lot of tough games. We played Forest Green an awful lot through both periods, actually the non-league period, and they actually got promoted with us, and used to have really good battles with them. Once we went to League One, probably the best team that we played was Rotherham early on in that season at Rotherham, and I believe Rotherham have actually got Huddersfield this weekend actually. So yeah, I would say out of all the teams that we played once we were back in the Football League, it would be Rotherham.
Yeah. And next question is about what comes next for you, and what are you looking for in your next club?
Well, I think you always want to try to find a club where you have alignment and you sort of have a shared agreement over where the club is at, and then a clear vision of where the club wants to go. And I think if you can agree on both the start point and the destination, then ultimately the stepping stones become that much clearer. So we're just looking for a job where we think we can add some value and maybe have a connection with the supporters, because like I've already said, the supporters are everything to me. It's always their football club, and you always work for them. So if we can find a club, where we can have that connection and add some value, then we'll look forward to doing that.
Okay, and I'm guessing you're quite enjoying the break in the meantime. And what hobbies and interests do you have away from football is the next question. And what do you do to wind down?
Well, football's pretty much been 24/7 for me, for certainly since I've been a manager the last this is the 14th season, although I haven't started it yet. But football's always been right there, which is good because we love it. It's always the first thing we think about when we wake up, and the last thing I think about before I go to bed. To wind down, when you're involved in it, you don't get too much time. It's pretty much 365 days a year. I coach my daughter's football team, which I don't suppose is away from football, but it's certainly different, and I love doing that. I love working with the girls and teaching them the game. It reminds me of why I started out and why I love the game, and so many volunteers have helped me along the way. It's great to be able to give something back. In lockdown, we got bikes, so we live in lovely Lincoln, which is a beautiful part of the world, just an absolutely wonderful place to live. Anyone who's never been to Lincoln, I strongly recommend it. It's a fabulous place. So we've been enjoying going on some bike rides and seeing the sights. And yeah, I do some exercise and some gym. You wouldn't think it looking at me, but I do. And yeah, just family time really. I'm a pretty basic guy.
I'm with you on the cycling, by the way. I got completely obsessed with it during lockdown as well.
Yeah,
It's a wonderful thing to be doing in your spare time. But how old's your daughter? You said that you've been doing some coaching of your daughter's team. How old is
yes.
she? And what have you sort of picked up yourself? What have you learnt from coaching girls rather than lads?
So Isabella is 11, so we're a little bit back to front of our family. So my youngest boy George is 7. He's a gymnast and rugby player. He's not into football at the moment. He just thinks it's daddy going to work. But Bella loves her football, so she's pretty much sort of 5 times a week playing now, and it's got a little bit more serious for her just recently. And yeah, teaching girls is great. Really enjoy it. They're definitely more pliable than the boys. You only have to tell them once. The boys can be a little bit more 100 miles per hour and full of energy, but the girls are very good at taking the information on board. Often ask why the girls. You've always got to explain the whys, why you're doing the drill and what purpose it has, which is good. And I think whenever you're coaching young people, just to make it fun, that's the main thing for me. If you can make it really fun, make it enjoyable, and then naturally the kids start to enjoy it and start to find a love for it, and then they become curious. And once they become curious, then you can start to coach them a little bit and help them and start to develop their game. But certainly for all coaches that are lucky enough to be working with young people, make it fun, make it enjoyable, get them loving it, and the rest will follow.
Yeah, what you said there about girls always asking why, that's exactly what I've been told by other male coaches. You know, Maurizio Pochettino used to coach a women's team as well back in the day, and apparently it's always the why. We always ask why. We always want to know why. And what is your favourite film, Danny Cowley, and why is it your favourite film?
I like Remember the Titans. So I like all sports films really. So Remember the Titans with Denzel Washington. That's a good film. It's a great story. I like Coach Carter. yeah, I would say so. So those two as sort of sports films, and then Shawshank Redemption was a good film. I watch a lot of football. It's football in my house. I don't probably watch as many movies as I should, but no, those three films definitely had the ability to when you watch a good film, the time passes so quickly, doesn't it? And yeah, certainly those three films I enjoyed and caught my attention.
I'm with you. I don't tend to have the attention span for films. It's 90 minutes with a 15-minute break in between, maybe with a couple of minutes of stoppage time at the end, and that's about it. But Shawshank Redemption, absolutely with you on that one. Well, thank you for answering our questions today and for the tweeters' questions. But now we've got another activity for you. This is where it gets much more difficult. Are you ready?
Hope so.
I don't think you are, quite frankly. I don't think you can be ready for this because this is really, really hard. Because each day we are challenging our guests to prove just how familiar they are with a Screwfix catalogue. Now, it sounds like your wife, Kate, is a lot more familiar with this than you. So I hope she's been practicing with you because there are 33,000 products in this little beauty that she's probably more interested in. Yes, 33,000, and you've only got 90 seconds to try to pick out the one that I'm going to call out in our Catalogue Challenge Cup. Are you going to be a Catalogue champion, Danny Cowley?
I feel nervous.
It's very hard, but yeah, so you should be. It's really hard. Dean Winder said yesterday it's way harder than he thought. So you've got 90 seconds to find as many products as you possibly can. So I'm going to call out a product type. Little tip is that there is the index just inside the front cover there. So because I'm feeling nice and because I did it to our last couple. You have been studying, yeah. So I might just shout out which particular segment it's in, because otherwise the time just goes so quickly. It's too hot.
That would help me.
You've got to see if you can do better than Lee Hendry, who scored 0 on the opening day. And then Paul Dickoff and Dean Winders are currently top of the leaderboard with 3. So we're going to see if you can beat that in the next 90 seconds, which start now. Light bulb, which is in the lighting department, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Straight to lighting. Light bulb. Yeah. Any number in the range.
215.
Correct. Mitre saw. Mitre saw in power tools. Mitre.
Power tools, 901. 963.
You're smashing it. Tool belt in hand tools. Tool belt
in hand tools.
Yeah.
Okay. 730.
This to pull level. It's one specific page. It's quite hard.
Yep. Bear with me.
Belt.
Just cool. 845. 845.
Yes, you're joint top of the leaderboard. Hoover. Hoover in cleaning and hygiene. Over a couple of pages. You can choose any one of the 3 pages. Hoover. This to go top of the leaderboard with a day to go.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, 657.
Yes, you've gone top. Shower in bathrooms, obviously. Shower
in bathrooms. Oh,
you're running out of time.
I'm going to go 550. 544. 544.
No.
544? Oh.
Not 544, 554. But so close. Anyway, you have gone top. Only Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank can possibly move you. Look at that, Danny Cowley. Top of the Catalogue Champions Cup leaderboard. Wow. I wonder what Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank will be thinking. You absolutely smashed that. You really have been practicing, haven't you?
I have. Yeah, no, I have. My wife was testing me, and my daughter did. My daughter did some revision with me last night, so we're not competitive in this house, I promise you.
But that's Bella, is it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well done, you. So that's only one challenge so far. You've got another one now. which you've already done, in fairness. So you know how hard this is. We know how important a nice brew is to Screwfix customers. So we set you another challenge earlier on this week, and we call this Screwfix Tea Pong, which footballers seem to know it better as beer pong. But this is Screwfix Tea Pong, okay? Are you normally any good with hand-eye coordination, those kind of sports?
Yeah, I like all sports. Obviously, I started out as a PE teacher, so I am, jack of all trades. Yeah, I love all sports, and yeah. We enjoy doing this. My family, we've been practicing regularly, actually. So we've had some inter family competitions.
Excellent. So what we asked you to do was to get the 6 Screwfix cups that we sent you in the post with 6 Screwfix ping pong balls, and we asked you to try to get them in for as many as you could from 2 meters out. Now, we did have somebody this week, naming no names, who didn't quite make the 2 meters. But anybody watching at home, if you want to have a go yourself, get a ping pong ball or get some kind of pom-pom or any kind of ball and try to just either bounce them into the cup, or you can try and throw them straight in. And send us your efforts on hashtag SFLive2020. That's hashtag SFLive2020. Let's have a look at how you did, Danny.
Hi everyone, Danny Cowley here. Beer pong Screwfix challenge. 6 balls into 6 cups. Here we go.
Okay, let's check your distancing. Hang on a minute. It's supposed to be 2 meters, man.
2 meters. My feet are 2 meters.
That's not 2 meters. Do you know what? I'm quite sure they'll do tape measures.
I measured it with a
Screwfix tape measure. Measures in the Screwfix catalogue. You did. I don't think it's a Screwfix tape measure. Look at this.
4 out of 5. Number 6.
I wonder how many takes it took you to do this.
There we go.
This is good, man.
5 out of 6. That was the first take.
Honestly. Honestly, 5 out of 6.
The honest truth is this: that the first time I did it without any cameras, I got 5 out of 6. Then it took me about 3 hours to get 5 out of 6 on the camera.
Well, okay, we'll take it. It was fun anyway, and I like your lounge, which is equally important. So thank you so much, Danny Cowley. Absolutely wonderful to have you on Screwfix.com on live at 5 this week. And well done with your Screwfix challenge. You're going to have to watch tomorrow on Screwfix.com to see whether Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is going to oust you, or do we send you the trophy? We'll find out then. Bye for now, Danny.
Lovely speaking to you. Bye-bye now.
You take care. We're going to send you a new tape measure as well, by the way. Now, tomorrow it is Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's turn to have a go. So we'll see whether he can oust Danny at the top of the table. Make sure you tune in for that. But next up, we have our Product of the Year Awards. Providing quality products to customers is absolutely paramount to Screwfix, as you would probably imagine. And each year, some excellent products come to market and they really want to shout about them, which is obvious, right? So we've whittled those products down to the last 5 for now. And today's category is the Power Tool Product of the Year. Here are the nominees. And so the winner is the top quality products, but let's find out which one has won. I don't want to jump the gun. Here it is.
On behalf of the DeWalt team, I'm really delighted to receive this award from Screwfix for Power Tool Product of the Year. It's a real testament to both the Screwfix and the DeWalt team from listening to the trades requirements and what they're really after, and creating a hard-hitting combi that's got brushless technology, which is new, high amp hour batteries, and also a really hard-hitting aggressive price. Thank you very much for voting, and thanks for the award.
Congratulations to them. The DeWalt 18-volt 4 amp hour XR brushless combi drill is today's winner. Now, I said earlier in the show that we've been traveling all over the country pitting electricians against plumbers at our Screwfix stores in our back of the net competition. There's been some very interesting techniques going on. The goalkeeping yesterday, unfortunately, wasn't the best. We had a goalkeeper who was a little bit scared of the ball, but let's see how they get on today, because so far it is the electricians who are leading. They went 2-0 up. And then the plumbers pulled one back after our sessions at Yeovil, Pontypridd and Glasgow. Now today, it is the turn of Screwfix Merton, where the plumbers are looking to draw level. It was Nick what won it. What a fabulous penalty that was at the end there. So congratulations to the plumbers. They have drawn level with 1 day to go. The Sparkies were 2-0 up. The plumbers have made it 2-2, and it is down to tomorrow's penalty shootout to find out who goes home with a big prize. And we'll be picking 5 winners who guessed correctly that today the plumbers would win again. And we'll be contacting them very shortly to send them today's product of the year, which was, of course, the DeWalt 18-volt 4-amp-hour XR brushless combi drill. Tomorrow is going to be fascinating to see who wins that competition. That is it for today's show. But tomorrow between 9 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon on screwfix.com, we will have a full day of product demonstrations. We'll have information from professional bodies. And at lunchtime, there will be Google Garages. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you're trying to run a business, they'll be putting on a webinar focusing on social media strategies, all here on Screwfix Live. So don't miss that at lunchtime tomorrow. Then we'll be here back at 5 o'clock in the afternoon with Live at 5. And this time it's the former Chelsea and Holland striker, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. He's a lovely bloke and he's a huge amount of experience. So make sure you get your questions into him. Hashtag SF Live Jimmy. That's hashtag SF Live Jimmy if you'd like me to put your question to the mighty Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Top bloke he is as well. More details can be found on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Screwfix, and also right here on the main website on Screwfix.com. That's it from me. Thanks so much to Danny Cowley. He was a brilliant sport today. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon with Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, and we will find out whether the plumbers or the electricians will be crowned kings of the penalty shootouts. That's on Live at 5 tomorrow at 5 p.m. See you then. Bye for now.